Well, this week fucking sucked. It's Toronto on Tilt. I'm Steve with Theo and Tony. Yeah, we're on YouTube. Check us out. Toronto on Tilt. On Twitch, check it out. Toronto on Tilt. Twitter, at Toronto on Tilt. And then, of course, everywhere that you listen to podcasts. So Spotify, where we also have video. So you can check us out on video there. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of the things. But yeah, this week fucking sucked. Jays hadn't lost the series until this week.
I said it last week, and I fucking regret it. I said it doesn't matter what the Jays do this week or next week because the Leafs are playing and no one's going to give a shit. I, again, mushed another situation where the Toronto Blue Jays really didn't give a fuck this week. Played their worst week of baseball possible and capped it off with an old-time stinker today.
Yeah, fucking Owen Miller home run just hurt the soul. Tim Meza doesn't give up very many fly balls at all, let alone dingers. It just, fuck. Like, this week sucked, man. You lose to the Yankees, you lose to the Guardians. Yeah, it's not the bullpen's fault.
Yeah,
it's the offense.
It's about fucking time this offense because it's been like the entire year now.
Exactly. They finally have one game. They score all those fucking runs for Kevin Gausman, and then like the exact same fucking shit happened today that happened against Tristan McKenzie. He scored 2 runs. Did they score in the second inning against McKenzie? Either way, they scored 2 runs against Tristan McKenzie, and I think it was in the second inning, and then couldn't get a hit for the rest of the fucking game. Then you get 2 runs this game when you should have had probably more when you had the bases loaded for so much the first fucking inning. Like that's Matt Chapman is like, can we bring that up now?
No, we got to talk about him. Yeah,
4 Ks today.
Holy,
he looked uncompetitive as fuck. Like there's one thing to strike out. He looked like he didn't know what was a baseball. He didn't know.
Yeah, he's struggling bad. Like it's painful. Like he's got the dingers, he's got the defense, but holy shit, the strikeouts. This week particularly, there were multiple times where he just didn't look like he knew what was going on. I know he had a big home run this week, but like again, there was just too many times where the at-bats were uncompetitive. The only positive is Teo's back. And now you kind of saw it in the first inning because like the issues had been having guys like fucking Zach Collins, Ramel Tapia, and Chapman hitting 4, 5, 6. So yeah, you have the big 3 up top, and then no one can fucking drive them home. And you saw immediately Teo came back and drove in 2 today. And then no one else did anything, but...
Well, Kirk was doing pretty well before today.
Yeah, he got hot finally hit a home run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He hit a double, too, this week. Like, he was finally starting to get the extra base hits.
I almost texted to you guys during the first inning, like, the Jays are fucking back. This is the team we expected. They just looked like the Blue Jays. We're like, oh, my God, you have Espinal at the bottom of the order. This lineup is so deep right now. Jesus Christ, I almost spilled everything. But it looked like the Jays. I'm like, okay, this is what the team's, and I'm not trying to be this overreactionary, hot-takey bullshit, but, like, it's
fucking frustrating.
The same thing happens, and it's going to get better. We all know this in the end. Like, we're going to be a good offense, but it's like – we're seeing teams like the Yankees get red hot. We're seeing teams like the Rays get red hot. And it's just like, you can't have too many lulls this season or else it's going to get away from you.
And you play the fucking Yankees and the Rays this week. Like this week it's Sunday, but like we play, like that's what's happening. You get 2 days off this week, which thank God, because the bullpen fucking needs it. Simber had 5 days off and then couldn't pitch today. But like at some point, this shit was going to start happening. You can't win every 1-run game. You need to give the leverage guys days off. Like it just like fuck, man. Like you can't do this shit. The offense needs to wake the fuck up. On the positive note, Teo's back. Danny Jansen's been hitting, like he's been with the team, but he's been hitting, taking batting practice before the games in Cleveland. And apparently he's anticipating being sent on a rehab stint soon. So we might see Danny this week. As long as he doesn't fucking have a setback.
Kirk heard their footsteps, eh?
Right.
I'm not going to keep hitting infield singles. I'm going to try to hit the ball in the outfield.
Yeah. So, like, Danny, and the problem is Danny was off to such a hot fucking start, but it's like Teo. He missed so much time. It's going to take time to get that timing back. So, you're going to have a couple of guys trying to get their timing back. But then, like, if you look at the order, when Danny comes back, it makes a lot more sense. It's the way this team was supposed to fucking be. So, you have, Bo's getting hot now, so I guess are we going to keep bitching about Bo in the 2-hole?
No, we fixed Bo with the jinx last week. See, I made the both comment on the thing because it fixed him, and now we got to do the rest of the team.
But Springer, Bo, Vladdy, Teo, right? Like, there's your big 4. And now behind them, you have guys that put the ball in play. Like Lourdes, Kirk. The interesting thing is like
struggling too.
Lourdes has been,
I gotta admit that.
He needs to get hot again.
I watched the Lourdes Screws. I'm watching the Lourdes Screws jersey today, so it's gonna hopefully cycle for next week. Because
I believe Aaron Savali struck out 8 Jays.
Yeah, I was shocked.
5 innings.
That was really bad.
Like, how does that happen?
I don't know.
He had his best game of the year against the Jays. He blew up every other time.
We froze. I missed all of that, Tony. Except for
talking about Savali and how he got 8 Ks, and
that was ridiculous. Where he fucking went nuts like that. Barrios. Can we talk about Jose Barrios now? Like, I get it. You have bad games and you don't have your stuff, and you didn't have a K, but there's been too many of that this year. There just has.
Yeah,
it's like Matt Chapman. Like, you can't be like. It's early and there's plenty of time to work it out, but at the same time, like, get your fucking shit together. You're supposed to be a veteran. You're supposed to be one of the best pitchers on the staff. Like, you saw Manoah. He hasn't had his best stuff the last couple of times out there, and he's battling, and he keeps the game within reach.
5 innings, 2 runs today. I mean, it felt like the worst start ever. And he was battling the entire time. But that's the thing with, like, Barrios does not have that, where there's just too many times where he just doesn't have it, and it just, like, is so obvious and he can't get it corrected. He's your third guy, which you should be happy about that.
Yeah, like,
not going to be your 1-2. He's going to be your third most important pitcher in the playoffs. But like you're expecting more from Barrios. You want a lot more.
Yeah, he's not fooling anybody. No strikeouts at all. Like, I get it, in this game, it wasn't like he was getting blown up, but still, it was just hit after hit after hit. Just you got to keep him off balance a little bit, and they work.
Yep. So, like, we're airing all the grievances today. It's like, it's been a bad fucking week, right?
It's
like,
the season of Festivus.
Yeah, like, when Danny's back and this roster's back the way it's supposed to be, I think Espinal is going to be your 9-hitter, which is perfect because he's the kind of guy that flips the order over.
Can we
he's
never
still doing well too?
Yeah,
he's still doing well.
Can we never see a Bradley Zimmer ever again? Like,
I don't think he survives once Danny's back.
When was his last hit?
Is Vinny a header? They're all bunt singles other than the fucking dinger off Verlander, which I feel like was a fever dream.
I was drunk when that happened. I still don't believe that happened.
Well, it only
any other park.
Yeah, it only happened because of the Crawford box. It happened in that ballpark. They did, when you see the thing on Twitter and it's like, how many other ballparks would this be a home run? And it was 0. The only place that was a home run was there's Mr. Miyagi, that fucking mosquito there. I don't know if y'all saw that. Just caught that shit out of the air. Yeah, man, this fucking week has sucked. But, like, then the order should make a little bit more sense, right? We got guys that are putting the ball in play because Kirk's getting hot. You need Lourdes to start getting it together again, right?
And he's swinging at those pitches he wasn't swinging at before. Like,
Savali made him look like a little leaguer.
Yeah. And he's not a strikeout guy. So that was why that game was so fucking frustrating, because he's not a strikeout guy. Like, God.
You know what was also frustrating? Because that was the Thursday game, right?
Yeah, that was the
one where it's just like, we were down like 6-1. Like, I know the offense is going to come back just a little bit, but not enough.
And
it just like gave you a little tease, and it's just like, Jesus, man, we got to just figure some shit out here.
Yeah. Is Vinny Capra still on the roster?
No idea.
I think so.
I think he is. So that's probably who loses the roster spot when Danny comes back. Now that I think about it, because I know they made a move with the pitching staff, but I'm actually going to Google this.
But they sent down Lawrence.
Yeah, exactly. That was the move that happened for Teo. Vinny Capra. Let's take a look here.
Probably my favorite name in baseball right now, though.
Right, my cousin Vinny. I haven't seen it. I don't see anything about getting him sent down, so I'm assuming.
We also got to talk about Cato. He's
gone. He's a Met now.
Met take all of our leftovers. Is what they do.
He's probably actually going to play and be decent for them, because and he's not going to hit dingers or anything, but I could see him hitting for a decent average, being a utility guy. I could see him being useful for the Mets, but the Jays got a bunch of young guys
right now. He probably will figure it out there.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they did. They fixed Drury last year, and now Drury's
by the way, who is the top of my? I was looking at what's that website? Baseball Savant, Pitch Savant.
Oh, Baseball Savant with the velos and the.
This is the top hot hitter on the searches right now, Anthony.
Dude, I've been on.
Brandon Drury
looks good in the uniform.
Happening. 4 years later,
Do you want to talk about that potential trade in a couple weeks towards the deadline, or you want to do it now? Because I know that's going to happen.
No, I don't think we talked about it on the show, but I was saying 2 weeks ago to trade BGO for Drury straight up.
Oh my God,
that would be a home run for us. He's a stud.
I hate Brandon Drury from his time with the Blue Jays, although he has been really good with the Mets. Now the Reds. I feel like there might have been another team in there. I think did he play for like the Diamondbacks or something random like that?
No, it's where
Again?
he started.
No, I
played
mean like
before.
again. Like after he
don't
left the
think
Jays,
so.
because I think he played for a couple of teams, but like he got hot with the Mets. I feel like he was on a couple of teams. Hey, let me pull up his baseball reference page.
But yeah, Drury is
That would be the number one target.
Multiple
Only guys
positions. He's gonna cost more than BGO, maybe. You know, other teams are gonna want him. He's a
If
rental.
he's doing this in July, Anthony, he will cost
Arizona,
more.
Toronto, or
Yes,
Arizona,
right.
New York, Toronto. No, he played for the Mets and then Cincinnati. Nobody in between.
Yeah,
God, fucking
killing.
Brandon Drury. They need a DH. They need like a legit left-handed bat. Although I've been saying that since the fucking offseason. So,
And this is what I said when we added Chapman. I think we all agreed. Okay, we want one more bat though. Like Chapman was a nice piece, but we need another
A
bat.
left-handed bat.
Every game it seems.
Well, it
like
sounds
we
like it
need
was
a
supposed
bat.
to be fucking Jose Ramirez, who had like there was a report that like he had his own handlers were basically telling him to ignore Cleveland and just accept the fact that he was going to go to Toronto. And then they're talking that like it was basically like Biggio, Grichuk, Nate Pearson, and there's someone else like Alejandro Kirk or some shit for Jose Ramirez, and it's like, why?
I mean, Tommy Pham would have been a nice 1-year deal. He's been doing great too.
It's another right-handed bat.
He's
but
right-handed, but yeah,
I'd take fucking Tommy Pham over Ramon Tapia. That honestly, can I also mention that we talked about that and we're like, he's not an everyday player. He's supposed to have like 250 bats by the end of the season.
Yeah.
He's playing every day. Charlie let him off again.
Yeah.
Like, how are you leading him off?
It doesn't make any sense.
Got that speed.
I don't get it. Like, why don't you just lead off with Bo? If
Right?
you're going to lead off with
Move
him?
if Springer's
get
getting
me
the full
started
day
on lineup
off.
construction with this team. It doesn't make any fucking sense for a lot of things they do. And
Sometimes Chapman's 5th, sometimes he's 7th. Like they're just flipping.
He should be
everything.
7th from now on.
Oh,
He should be down
behind
in the
Kirk
order.
And
Gurriel.
yeah,
That should be
even-
5-6. Kirk and Gurriel should be 5-6. I'd have him 7. I'd have Danny 8. Because then you got Power back to back, Danny and Chapman, and then Espinal to flip it over again. And granted, you're getting an all right-handed lineup, but at that point, who gives a fuck? Just go.
I wish Lourdes was inspiring more confidence.
Okay, Anthony. We do. The thing with difference though is he's not like the problem with Chapman is just all strikeouts, where just nothing positive can happen. Like Gurriel,
Lourdes is putting the ball in play a little bit more. He's not striking out as much as Chapman.
Yeah.
So that's. But it's a problem when that lineup is constructed the way it is, and you just have so many guys just not hitting. Like there's nothing we can blame Charlie. We can blame the lineup construction, but in the end, it's just like these guys got to get going.
Yeah, man. Like that's the big thing is these guys got to wake up and like again, Bo's getting hot. Kirk's finally getting hot. Like it's guys are starting to wake up, and it's like, well, Vladdy's been in a bit of a slump, and then he hits that dinger, right? So Vladdy's starting to get right.
What are we hitting with guys in scoring position right now?
Probably under 200 still because it's been just.
And the Yankee series, they couldn't buy.
Yeah. Well, and the worst part is at first there were some bad at bats, and now you're watching guys line 100+ mile an hour, just fucking rockets at people. Like it started in that fucking Astro series where it was everything at Jeremy Pena, like literally everything. That kid kept stealing hits. I think didn't Bo hit one that was like 110 when Bo was still scuffling, like. It should have been a hit, and he took it out of the hole and fucking jumped through it. It was one of those like, okay, well that's great.
Karma for? Do you know what this is karma for? Remember that Boston game last week where Arios every ball hit hard?
That's
ever since then we've been a little bit cursed offensively because
this week
all the balls were hitting and getting caught.
Yeah, and the shitty baseball and.
Yeah, and Barros I think got unlucky in a lot of his starts because a lot of the balls weren't hit as hard, like they were just finding holes, and that was again the variance from the
that Josh Naylor one was like end of the bat down the third base line against this shift. Like that was a huge moment in the game.
Well, the fucking Quan hit before the Jose Ramirez triple, which was basically just like he fucking jammed it, and on like there were a bunch of those too. Like the Guardians had so many. I knew that was gonna fucking happen at least once.
He just did what Jamie Campbell just did. Like
I know he did it when the fucking sound cut out during the broadcast. We got Jamie Campbell.
Broadcaster Jamie Campbell, always ready to be subbed in. That's my play-by-play guy. Always been.
Love Jamie. I actually love Joe Siddle. In there with Dan Schulman.
Siddle and that was a very good team.
I like if Buck's not going to be around. I hope that's the booth we get a lot until Buck's healthy.
Yeah, because Wagner's good on the radio, but like now that he's doing the TV, they do like the simulcast again, which is just like if you're just listening to the radio. It sounds
oh
good.
God, him and Tabby just going off on tangents where you're like, there were entire at bats where they didn't talk about any of the things that happened, and then it would just be like the result at the end of the at bat. Oh, and he worked a walk, and it was like, the fuck happened though.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't really blame them. It's a tough spot to be in.
This is different. Yeah, this was different because of the COVID shit. Like last year when they didn't have they had Ben Wagner traveling with the team and doing weird fucking TV reporting, but not calling the games was one of the dumbest things on the fucking planet. This is a little different because you got the COVID situation, right? So
yeah, right. This is what we're going off on now. There's only so many times we can talk about the offense, I guess.
They got to figure it the fuck out. Like the bullpen, great. You know what I mean? Like the starting staff. You got fuck. Kevin Gossman is so fucking good. The streak finally ended without the
He's
loss.
Better than even I anticipated. When you were hyping him up, Steve, part of me was like, okay, dude, like he's not like that good. He's that good. He is better than that good.
Yeah, like
it's unbelievable.
They went and got an ace. Like you got a real top of the rotation guy, and Alek Manoah has proved he's the same fucking thing.
It took like a shitty conditions for him to finally walk a batter. Like,
right? Exactly. And it was in the sixth inning. It happened at the end of the game too. I want to say the seventh. I think it happened in his last inning. It was a 4-pitch walk. Exactly. Like it was. Oh God. He was running that. Now he gets to start another one of those fucking streaks. Kevin Gossman doesn't walk guys. So
yeah, now he's like plus 500 to win the Cy Young. Like
I should have taken that bet too when we all picked pitchers. Because Manoah is great, but like this would have been a way
50 to 1.
I got it at what?
Who did Tony pick? Barrios. I picked Gossman, and you picked Manoah. But when we all looked at it, because your bet had been cashed out, they were all around 2,500. I think one was. I think it was like 24, 25, 25.
Well, I moved the market. Obviously, that's what happened there.
You were out here giving. You were out here giving too many good tips
about that thing, and no one really listened. And then he started doing well. Everyone was like, "Oh, we got to get on this now." It's like you could have got it a week ago, dude. You would have got it way better. Anyways, it's not a big deal. I think that Gossman is the guy if it's going to be a Blue Jay, just because of how dominant he's been. And it seems like hope. I don't want to. I'm not going to say anything.
Exactly. Don't mush another thing.
Stop that right there.
But yeah, this week's kind of big.
That's it.
Let's this coming week. So last week sucked. Like I don't know how much you guys. Is there anything else you guys want to add about?
We talked about that Yankee series before the series. I was like, this is going to be a near impossible series to win because of who we had going up. And we should talk about Kikuchi. Like we got a good Kikuchi start.
We got a great Kikuchi start out of him. Like fuck, man.
We're happy to get one.
Just the Gallo home run. Otherwise, excellent.
This must be a great week for you, Anthony. Gallo's doing great, and Gurriel's having
it's not a great. I mean, Joey Gallo's a beast. That's what I've been saying. But that's not what I'm talking about. I care about the Blue Jays.
Where is Kevin Biggio, by the way? Does he have long COVID now?
He's been on the bench. I don't know. He's just not playing.
How's he on the bench? He's like on the COVID IL. Like what the fuck is going on?
On Thursday, he was on the bench. I don't know what
this shit makes no sense.
So
he's probably got to. Yeah, he's got to get into a rehab game soon. Then I don't fucking know. We'll see what happens with him because he'll be on the bench. I think if Vinny Capra, like Danny Jansen will replace Vinny Capra, and I'm guessing at that point, I really hope they don't send Collins down because he has the option to try to save Zimmer because I get it. It's really nice.
I'm done with this shit.
He can't hit
Collins.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't want Collins going anywhere.
No chance.
I'd like that bat off the bench instead of Bradley fucking Zimmer. Okay, and great. He plays a great center field. He does. But when I'd rather have Raimel Tapia in the lineup, you're bad.
Yeah.
Right? Like all of his hits that weren't that home run have been bunts. And I think both of them haven't been like he ran the bunt out. The first baseman fucking dropped it.
Yeah, the one did beat
that's
him
because
there.
he's fast. That's why.
No, I know, but they've all beat him there, and the first baseman has dropped. I don't know if those should even really they're called hits because he gets there at the same time that the first baseman drops it. But yeah, so
he's been so bad. I remember his beating out double plays as were those hits? I'm trying to remember. Those were pretty good.
Yeah, we celebrated those moments. Good job.
So yeah, it's hopefully we start getting the roster we're supposed to get. It's only May, so we can't even really start talking about trades because it ain't shit gonna happen yet. And they need another bat. They need more offense. They need a left-handed bat. Like,
Yeah, it's
I don't know what
obvious.
else to say.
We'll call the Reds. We'll take Brand Drury and Tommy.
We'll even take Joey Votto, Anthony. If they
Is
throw
Joey Votto even doing anything? Because I know he started off really bad.
None of them are doing well at all. None of them are doing anything except for Brand Drury, I think.
Drury and Fan. Otherwise, they're all.
They've won like 4 bases.
And then Jonathan India got hurt right off the hot.
Yeah. He went back on the IL. He came back and they put him back. But they got Drury at second, so that's not their problem.
That team's trying to lose, though. So that's another thing.
That was the plan before the season.
If anything, maybe you just call them about Luis Castillo.
Yeah.
Actually,
my dream piece from last year.
I don't know. Drury and Castillo might be too much to ask for.
Although they did mention in the broadcast today, speaking of pitching, Ryu's coming back soon.
All right.
And that's going to be fun. That's going to be fascinating.
Did he pitch a bullpen today?
I can't remember what they said, but they said they think he's coming back soon, which makes me think he's probably going to have a rehab start.
He's probably going to piggyback with Stripling, right? So whatever Stripling's start day is, they're going to put him in.
He'll come in
as
and
well.
He'll pitch. Probably, I'd guess like 3-4 innings with the.
He'll
have a pitch count, right?
Come on,
yeah. And then Pearson's back going now. Like, he's done his bullpens. They've sent him to the training complex. He's going to start getting into games any day. He might have even gotten into a game today, for all I know, just because I haven't seen any of the stats yet from the minor league shit. But like, he's coming back. Like, we should be getting the roster we thought we were getting soon. So, and Gabby Moreno, apparently, like, I got to look up his numbers, but I just keep seeing tweets that he's ready.
So many guys from his knees. It's been great.
That's what I mean. Like, I just keep seeing tweets that, like, he's clearly ready, guys.
He doesn't have not a lot of power from what I heard, but he's getting a lot of hits.
Well, that was the thing last year. Like, he was hitting like 340, right?
Yeah. I don't care my power for my catcher position if he's going to hit for.
Speaking of which, last night, because it's MLB.com's update, because I threw it in here, he had 4 hits, 4 RBIs, including a walk-off. Just call him up.
Yeah.
Wait, here we go. And Blue Jays Hyunjin Ryu starts for the Herd Saturday. So he started yesterday, Ryu. So he might be back this week. He's already had a rehab start. So he might be back this week, and they'll do that piggyback thing, which means they'll I guess Trent Thornton. They haven't sent him down yet, but his ass is gone.
Yeah, because especially when Pearson's back, what role does Trent have?
None
at that point.
None. Someone else will lose a job, and then you'll see Pearson up here, because I think Trent's going to lose his job.
And Baraki's back.
Merriweather.
We'll see how long that goes for.
Merriweather's got to learn, like, who is it? Joshua Housen was saying, like, he's got to learn to either throw a cutter or a 2-seamer, because that fastball is dead straight and getting fucking tattooed.
It's like the opposite of Kikuchi. It's like, Kikuchi, don't throw your cutter.
It's like, Jordan, you stop throwing your fastball, because, like, put a little movement on it, because that thing, it's like, at least Hunter Green can throw 102 at times, and he's getting taken deep with a straight fastball. Your 97 isn't the 100 that it was, but like, it's not the same without the spider tack or whatever the fuck Julian was using, right? Like, he's had spin rate issues since they took care of the sticky stuff, and he needs to, like, he might even be a dude you send down, because it's like, you teach him to throw something with some movement, because you can't keep fucking watching him throw this fastball and get it tattooed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially if every game's leveraged. What were you saying?
He did get sent down for Baraki, right?
Did he?
Was that the move?
I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure Merriweather pitched in this series. Blue Jays active. Oh yeah, no, he did get optioned today or yesterday, whenever the fucking, or 12 hours. Yeah, so it happened yesterday. So he's down there, and ideally he's working on a fucking cutter now, or a 2-seamer, or something with some fucking movement.
Yeah.
And hopefully he can be back. I don't know. We'll see. The guys you trust in the bullpen are pretty good. So
yeah, they were going to give up runs eventually. They weren't going to have a 0 ERA the whole time.
Exactly.
This is the first time I think I'm not even slightly concerned about the bullpen collapse. I really don't like.
They're good and they're just being overworked.
This game. I was angry when we were winning this game. I'm like, what the hell? Like, that first inning made me so mad. Even though we scored, it's like that should have been the 6-7 run inning the Jays were doing like in previous years. Like that's the
They're not putting up those crooked numbers anymore.
It was a bullpen game for a really mediocre team. Like
yeah, for a bad fucking team, you can't exactly.
And it was Bieber. Bieber looked really bad.
They pounded Bieber. Like they pounded him.
He didn't get one strikeout.
Yeah, hasn't he had his issues though? Like hasn't he?
Since they took away the sticky stuff, he's still good, but he's not the untouchable guy that he used to be, basically. So that's very real. I'm actually just looking. I want to see in this 8 because I don't remember. Yeah, they had a 4-run inning and a 3-run inning. So yeah, I guess they've had a couple 4-run innings, but it's like they haven't had one of those really crooked innings where you put 5-6 on a team just to get you end the game. Like we haven't seen that. And you should, because this offense should be this fucking good, especially now Teo's back. So this week's important though now. Like
who
this
we
week
facing
is
for the Yankees? What pitchers?
I know Cole went today, so that means we're gonna get Montgomery. Or do they pitch tomorrow? Do they play tomorrow? Because I know the Jays have an off day.
They play tomorrow afternoon, I think.
Yeah, they play
Rangers.
Yeah, so we're not going to see Montgomery, which means we'll probably see Tyone, Nestor Cortez again, and then Sevy, which is
we did okay against Cortez.
They did well, yeah.
And Tyone got lucky because the times that they normally see Tyone, he threw a lot of balls over the middle of the plate. That usually does not go well for him. He got lucky in his start against the Jays. He does that again. Throws a lot of 92 and 93 over the heart of the plate, and he's going to have fucking problems. So, exactly. And Nestor Cortez finally getting tagged because he doesn't throw very hard. That was kind of nice. Sevy's going to be a bit of an issue since he always does well against this team. Even when he's been hurt and bad, he's been good against the Blue Jays.
For years,
like even when they moved him to the bullpen because he wasn't a good starter right before he like broke out and became a starter before all those injuries, he was still good against the Blue Jays. So
another thing I'm glad I didn't say on the podcast, and I was telling Anthony, I think after one of our shows, like, I think it was a couple weeks ago now, I'm like, the Rays, maybe this is the year they finally fall apart. Like maybe they're just not gonna be that good.
You're saying I could see the Rays falling apart. I don't know. It's not.
I was saying that
they're gonna be good.
I also thought the Red Sox were better than the Yankees. I've had some terrible takes so far this season.
This Red Sox team, did they lose again today? Are they 10-20? Are they 10-20?
Oh no, they're 10-19.
10-19. Okay.
Yeah, ridiculous.
They're bad, man.
Like,
they're so bad.
And they have so much infighting right now because they got guys they got to sign. They don't know what they want to keep.
The Xander Bogaerts thing is great since he's the only one hitting.
Yes, the guy who's leaving.
Right? This shit's great. I love it. Just watching the world burn for the Red Sox is awesome. But yeah, this week's gonna be tough because you got the Yankees and you got Tampa, and
then we get everyone's favorite little team, the Seattle Mariners, coming in Toronto. We're gonna pound on them, hopefully.
Seattle's been good.
They're not bad.
They've been terrible. They've been terrible, Seattle.
Have they? What's their record?
They're getting murdered. They've lost like fucking 6 in a row.
Oh Jesus!
See, I'm the Seattle truther here. I hate the Mariners for some reason. They're just a team that
they're 12-16, so they've been on a bad streak, but they were doing well before that. No, that's what I mean. They started hot. Now they're in a bit of a lull.
Yeah, their run differential is 0.
Yeah, but their run differential was like minus fucking a million last year.
Yeah, we have a bad. I'm also gonna flip my take because I was a big run differential guy last year. This year it means nothing. Like we're like a minus 10 or something. It's like,
that'll change though. Like this offense, this offense has to wake up. Like they have too many guys that are too fucking good. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, we're 30 games in. It's
exactly.
Weather warms up,
and we got to appreciate them respecting that they picked this time to struggle because it's the perfect time if you're gonna fuck up. They did it when they were supposed to. So, but now you got to start waking up. I think the Leafs are going to go on a long run, so it'll help them a little bit.
Don't say that.
No, the Leafs are going to go.
Don't you dare mush that.
I've been saying it all fucking
year. If something goes wrong today, I'm going to fucking
it's when you say it. It's when you say it. When you say it here,
I'm going to mute that. This playoff beard that's so gross right now is going to get even grosser by the end of June. I'm going to have the grossest little beard because the Leafs are going to be on a cup.
Tony's got a playoff beard going.
Well, it's a mustache.
I was gonna say I see the stash, but you also have like you got the sides coming in a bit.
Gotta have a little. Some people don't like it when it's just a mustache. So
when you say some people, does your girlfriend not approve?
I'm not gonna say that.
Some people, aka the only person's opinion I care about.
Yeah, it's exactly, I was about to say exactly. I don't know. Anything else you boys want to go into? It's been a shitty week. It just has. They got a big week coming up. You got Ryu coming back. It sounds like Danny's going to go on a rehab stint soon. Like, we're about to get again. Pearson's rehabbing. Like, we're about to see. Or sorry, Ryu's going to be in a rehab stint soon. He's going to be here soon since he had a rehab start the other day in Buffalo. Gabby Moreno's doing his thing.
I want to say right now, let's all make a prediction. What would you be happy with from Ryu? Innings, runs, like what do you want to see his first start out, like, just so everyone has an expectation we can like baseline set it on right now?
I want to see him not throw middle and have a bunch of balls absolutely fucking scalded off of him.
I'll say less than 3 runs.
It's not if he gets like dicked and dunked and it's a bunch of bloopers or whatever and shit goes wrong, whatever. That shit happens. I don't want to see him giving up a bunch of missiles. He can't throw 87 over the heart of the plate. His cutter was like when he was his other stuff. We were at those games, or I was at those games, and it was bad, like very, very bad.
When you can tell they're going middle from like the 500s, it's
I messaged you guys like, are these as middle as I feel that they are? And
sure
it was. So that's that. I'm not even joking. Like I am. I'm fucking around a little bit, but like I'm dead serious. Like, he can't be giving up missiles. He has to be on the corners. He has to do what Hyunjin Ryu does well. Be on the corners, have a ton of movement.
But the last thing, the Yankees won that game today too, by the way. They're getting no hit through 6. They end up winning.
Glaber walked it off. I know.
I didn't see it until just now.
No, it's just things are just going the way of the Yankees right now.
We can't handle 2 good New York teams. That would just not be a fun summer.
God, no. It should even out for the Yankees eventually, though, because Aaron Boone's dumb. Eventually, they're going to get bit in the ass by this, like, Hickson left, Stanton in right, and Judge in center.
Haven't they been pretty healthy?
They've been very healthy. Everyone's been healthy, right? And again, they're winning, so you don't have the guys that are everyday players that are complaining, right? And like JD not hitting in one spot in the lineup, and he doesn't like that, but they're winning, so he's not saying anything, right? Like, there's some things with the Yankees that if this starts to go cold, it could go real bad real quick. And that's basically just what I'm hoping when they play real teams. And the Blue Jays should hopefully, like, I would like to see the Blue Jays explode against them. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's basically all we got, I guess, right?
Yeah. Shitty week. Hoping for a better week next. Like, you're hoping for a better week against the much tougher opponents. Right? You got the Yankees, you got the Rays. It has to be a big week. It's early, but the Yankees are winning so much and the Rays are getting hot that you can't let them start stacking up wins. Because you might not lose the division, or you might not win the division in May, but you could kind of lose it. So
that's what they say. That's what happened last year.
Yeah, just keep it together. Again, this is the first bad week of the season. You lost your first 2 series of the year this year.
There are 4 games over 500. What is their projection?
What's the Mike Wilner win? What's
exactly.
that right now?
But also, like, let's
98 on Saturday.
Yeah, let's also talk about the fact that, like, everything has gone wrong. There's been a ton of injuries, and now they're finally getting back, and they managed to stay the course with a ridiculously difficult schedule. So now it's time, again, finish strong on the tough schedule, and then we get into the softer part, and that's when you should really get on a run.
Stretches in June and August where it's going to be fun.
So this is going to be, it's a big week. Gotta right the ship. Gotta do it against 2 tough division opponents, the ones that you're going to be battling with all year. So time to see. Team's been good all year. Time to bounce back. That's really it. If there's nothing else, this has been the Toronto Until podcast. As always, Steve, Theo, Tony. Check us out on YouTube, Toronto Until. Check us out on Twitch, Toronto Until. Check us out everywhere that you listen to podcasts. Also, the videos on Spotify, because we're a big deal, apparently, and we get Spotify video. But
I think everyone gets that, by the way.
Yeah, probably.
Do you how do you find that on your phone? Is that only like a computer thing?
No, you literally just hit play, the video just starts.
Yeah, not a song. If you're watching a podcast, it's there.
Oh, I was hoping for the music videos for every song when I click play.
No, for the music they have like the same little like 5-second clip that loops.
Yeah,
with some songs.
Sometimes they have
They
the
have the-
video.
they have the
They have
lyrics or
they have some funny shit. But yeah.
No, but every podcast has video.
Okay. Because I remember they sent me like we got the weird little thing on Anchor that was just like, congratulations, you're getting the first set of whatever, or like the first shot at fucking video. So thought we were a big deal. Anyways, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. But ideally, the Blue Jays will fucking get back to their winning ways this week because it's been pain.